G'day guys, and today we're going to review the game which is between the Tigers and the Cats at the MCG. Last night went to the game with Shorty and Langs, and Shorty's assistant was there as well. And yeah, look, it's a bit of pill to swallow, that's for sure. It was the Tigers by 3 points. Yeah, one of those games where it's pretty hard to analyse in sort of, yeah, what went right and what went wrong. There was a lot happened. We were down at certain stages. Tigers had momentum at a number of stages, it felt. But I reckon it felt like we were on top as well for certain portions of the game. But probably at the end of the day, that extra little bit of class, cleanliness, and I guess, yeah, our inability to convert golden chances probably cost us. And that's reflected in sort of the 3 points. Probably would have done this last night, but got a little bit late after we got back. And I was like, I'll do this tomorrow. Probably not in the best state of mind right at the minute. I take a lot out of what the result means, but the raw numbers of 85, 82 Richmond's way, yeah, it hurts quite a lot. Yeah, win that game, it means Richmond are beatable. It means you're a chance to win the premiership. It means that, yeah, it means a lot of things. It means we probably will make the 8. Now we're sort of still scrapping and fighting for, I guess, a position in the 8. Excuse my voice, I was yelling a bit last night. Yeah, so, look, I'm pretty happy with the fight back in the last quarter. Richmond parked the bus a little bit, but I guess as the game playing out, we had a fair bit of the play early. Didn't really capitalise on the scoreboard. Richmond only need a few looks and just need to move the ball forward, and then someone's somehow there. And yeah, look, I feel like they were good at the stoppages, nice and early, and sending clearances early on. But I felt as the game went on, we got a little bit of momentum in that department. Yeah, look, it was a real scrap. It was a real fight, and it was always going to be with the conditions and just the state of these two sides. They're two pretty proud football clubs. But yeah, look, the Tigers sort of skipped away a little bit in the third. They got on top. Yeah, their running game, running spread, and especially from the back line, it went out of there pretty easily at times, which was quite a concern and a big reason for them winning. And yeah, they got a little bit too much time and space, but sometimes that's because they know their teammates will win the footy. You can sort of run forward a little bit more. You can get away with that when your team is going well. And yeah, they've got a lot of young players that are quite quick and can sort of expose you on the spread of the wide expanse of the G. And look, they had so many looks at it. To be honest, they probably could have and should have won by more. But again, I'll talk about pretty soon. We could have won. Yeah, I guess looking at the stats, I'll look at the stats in a sec. But so I was very proud of the fight back in the last quarter. I thought there would have been at least 2 or 3 minutes left on the clock, as in the clock that keeps, the time on keeps ticking when it's pretty close. But needed that 5-minute warning. Yeah, look, we got a lot of the ball, but we over handballed it. As you can see, more handballs than kicks, and I reckon a lot of games where we win, we kick more than handball. It's not as simple as kicking more than handballing, but when you're handballing, you want to be handballing to guys that are not standing still, not guys just because we did piss fart around with it a little bit. I felt we did okay. The free kicks, some were pretty ridiculous both ways, but I'm not gonna pin it down to the umpiring. Yeah, I thought we did pretty well with some of the decisions. I was a bit baffled, but anyway. Yeah, we won the clearances, which is pretty promising. I don't think Richmond are an amazing clearance team, but this state is quite significant. That they got that many chances and didn't convert probably what they could have. So we only got 25 shots, 25 scores, and we got 22. And then B, we didn't get the ball in enough, but when we did, I felt like we made most of our chances, and we looked pretty dangerous, exemplified by 12 goals, 10 with 46 entries. This is a pretty promising stat, plus 30 in contested possession. So that means we're doing the real hard work around the coal face, but can also mean you're not getting as much clean football. But you want to be on the right side of the contested possession stat. Yeah, no, that was good. Richmond had more tackles. That would make sense because we had more of the football. So, yeah, look, had some chances to win the game, as Scotty said in the presser after the game. Ablett probably had a couple of chances. I dead set 100% thought he was going to kick the second one with about a minute to go. That would have been pretty surreal. Would have been great for the competition and great for us if he kicked it. But he sort of just rushed it a little bit. He had to kick around the corner almost. He's kicked him from there before. Yeah, didn't have his best game in the world, and again he's going to be highlighted because he's Gaz and he's 34. He's one of the best players of all time, if not the best. But yeah, look, that's how it goes sometimes. And from my initial thinking this morning, it's 3 games we've lost by under a kick this year. We're normally pretty good in the tight ones, but you sometimes get some that don't go your way. The Dogs, after the siren, that didn't go our way. Obviously this game, Hawthorn by a point. So normally probably get more than those than not, but I mean, we did get Melbourne, I suppose, after the siren. There's probably been some other ones. I haven't looked to our other games where we've won by a goal. This might be, Melbourne might be one of our only ones, but we don't mind a close finish. But moving to the players and the votes, I have to give the 3 to Paddy Dangerfield. I didn't realise he had 39 possessions. That's outstanding, and I'll see how many of those were contested right here, right now. 21 contested possessions. It's a pretty darn good effort from Paddy Boy. I'll just go into basic stats. 4 marks, 5 tackles. Didn't hit the scoreboard, but his work around the contest, he was in absolute beast mode. He didn't use the ball amazingly well, but again, he was in there tight. He was just doing all the hard work, I reckon. He was fantastic to watch. He just willed himself like a man possessed, and like Joel Selwood, speaking of man possessed, 37 touches, 5 marks, and he got a few free kicks and 4 tackles. He got so much of the pill in the last quarter when the game was on the line, trying to get us back in the game, and I felt throughout the game he was just really solid and got us into it. And yeah, he was just instrumental, I reckon, in the stoppages and the clearances, centre clearances, I should say, getting the ball where it was nice and tough. Timmy Kelly has to get the 1 vote. Scotty said he was better than all of them, which I found quite interesting. He probably didn't use the ball too well early, but I reckon the way he was able to win the ball and have some pretty good looks. Again, if he uses the ball a little bit better, he probably gets 3 votes. But he got 36 touches, career high, 3 marks, and a couple of free kicks, 3 tackles, and also kicked a goal, which was one we desperately needed. Yeah, very silky normally. Silky getting the ball and controlling the ball, but disposing the ball was a little bit of a different story on a tough, wet night. But he'll learn from that, and he'll respond with that, I reckon. There was a lot of good players, which is promising in one way, but kind of sucks that we lost. Mitch Duncan, I felt, and Menegola was superb. So Abbott was good in his first game. I'll get into the players' reviews shortly. But yeah, look, we had a lot of good players, but couldn't get the chocolates done, unfortunately. Buse was okay, didn't get a lot of the ball, he normally doesn't. Cole Jasny was alright. Is that 5 tackles? It might be. Yeah, so that's pretty good in defence, I'd have to say. Jones, he doesn't really see a lot of it. He got a few tackles in there. He'll take time to develop, no doubt, but yeah, I would like to see maybe a touch more of him. I think he did get hurt someone's shoulder. I heard mine in Buse actually. Thurlow, 11 touches, 4 marks. Like he had good patches, but that turnover, gosh, it wasn't a goal in the end. But that stuff absolutely kills you. Fogarty, it was okay again, but just another player that sort of, just a little bit slow. He's not a great kick. I don't really rate Fogarty. He's going to take a while as well. I'm pretty critical on some of the young guys sometimes. Henry was okay. He was solid, but again, he was a bit like Tim Kelly, but in the forward line, he was really good, but I think he had 4 shots on goal from memory and 1 goal too. He might have kicked one out the full, potentially. Hawk was really well held. The delivery wasn't amazing, but yeah, not a great night for him. But then people can say, oh, Jack kicked 4. I think he kicked 4 or something like that. Yeah, Jack kicked 4. What's his problem? Well, there's not a million defenders right on Hawks, right on Revolt, I should say. That's fine. Cunico, it was solid. Parfitt was pretty decent with his 16 touches, I felt. 5 tackles. He's really poised with the football. Menzel, again, he's had 20 touches, just over 22 touches and 6 goals in the last 2 weeks. So no tackles, but I'll take 3 goals next to his name. So it was good. Blitzarves was pretty solid throughout the night. Abler was okay. Wasn't amazing or anything. He got a little bit of uncontested ball, but must have been a bit sore. I thought Tully was solid. Abbott was pretty good in his first game. Defensively wasn't that very great, but he'll learn from that. There was a couple of Nankervis efforts where Nank could have kicked a couple, and Nank got a fair bit of ball around the ground and a couple of uncontested marks, but Abbott also kicked 2 goals on debut, which is pretty impressive for a ruckman. But he'll get better, and that's his first game, and it was a massive game for him to come into first up. Cam Guthrie was reasonably okay. As I said, Mitch Duncan very good. I felt he was good for 4 quarters. Menegol keeping us in the game. 2 big snags for him, and as I mentioned the guys before. Hopefully Harry Taylor's, well, don't know if I want to hope that he's not too far away, but might bring up the injury list. I probably should just have it sort of here. No, that's not going to do it for me. I'll just go with my injury list. I think Grady Galea will probably be a fair way away and probably wouldn't be considered, but I'll have a look here at the injury list to give me a little bit of a gauge. Excuse me. Yeah, so Gregson. I'd like to see Cramery back in the side, but it's going to be tough with Hawkins, Cramery and Menzel, even though Cramery does run and pressure. And then you've got Henry, so Henry's playing like 3 roles in the ruck, down back, and up forward. So yeah, probably. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, Harry could. Who knows if he's played his last game, but he might come back through injury with another player. Not sure, but yeah. Look, so that was sort of a bit of a look at the game. Anyway, next week again, it doesn't get much easier. Huge game, Hawks home ground at the MCG Saturday afternoon. Will be a ripping game. These 2 sides always deliver the goods, no matter where they are on the ladder. They generally give each other a good run for their money. A couple of blowouts, but over the last 10 or so years, it's been just absolutely grinding wins to whoever gets across the line. I think we should win. I think if we tag Mitchell, we win. But do we tag Mitchell or keep him accountable? Don't know. Did we keep Dusty accountable? Don't know. I haven't really spent much time talking about Richmond, but yeah, Rewalt was really good with 4. Yeah, I've gone on a bit of a tangent there, and I don't think it's going to show me no worries. Yeah, this game more so comes down to, yeah, I dare say we'll sharpen, I dare say we'll give it a good crack, but we'll want to be controlling the game. Hawthorn controlled the game for most of the affair last time we played. Yeah, like if you put our team sheet next to their team sheet, I think ours wins quite convincingly, but it doesn't always work out that way. It never seems to, but I feel like, yeah, if our best players are on top, our middle tier players play well, and our bottom tier sort of do their job, I reckon we get the win, and absolutely have to win it, really. I don't know if you need 14 wins to get into the 8, we'll find out in a few weeks, but I dare say we should get a minimum 13 and hopefully a pretty healthy percentage. So, yeah, look, huge game, and I'll give Hawthorn a huge chance to win too. I think, yeah, if we win, it'll be within 2 goals, and it's going to be very close, and I hope we win. But just because you hope you want to win doesn't mean you do win. Yeah, I didn't realise eliminated 31. We gave Martin a little bit too much time and space, I felt. Nank was good. Yeah, I don't think anyone really caught fire, minus Rewalt. Yeah, a couple of, yeah, again, they don't need anyone to play outstanding. They all just need to play well and they win, and they do that every week and have done for the last 18 months. So yeah, that's a little bit of a look at the game. I'm going back a week before to the Brisbane game, and yeah. So look, it's a must-win. Have to win if we want to secure the spot. We're at the mercy of other people if we lose next week, and try and get the other 2 wins. A good thing they are at GMHBA, but yeah, just get the wins, eh? And then worry about finals, hopefully. Alright, that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll chuck in Darijoe's link for the goals when he has them up. And don't forget to give the video a like and comment any thoughts on the game. And subscribe away for more of these. Thanks for hanging around, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you all next time.